Hello, welcome. I'm going to be using my new NutriBullet Pro for the second time since I just got it for Christmas. And I thought about making a very complex but yet simple, if you think about it, smoothie for a meal replacement dinner tonight. And I wanted to make it creamy without dairy, so it'll be vegan. And it's going to be creamy oat based with water. So we're going to start that, and then as I go on I'll explain the rest. But you might be surprised with all the ingredients showing here. We're going to use about a half a cup of oats, maybe a little more. And we're not going to strain it like you would for most oat milk because I want that in there. Now, since I'm also blending up the oats, I'm going to add a touch of quinoa in there, just a little red quinoa. You can sprinkle quinoa in your food. Alright, maybe a little more than I needed, but that's okay. And you can make quinoa flour, you can do all types of things with quinoa, just Google it. But it's going to be good for me. I've actually had it in my food toasted, and it gives a nice texture. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and make a nice mixture of a little bit of honey, vanilla extract that my neighbor gave me. You can exclude the honey. You don't need that. I probably put in a little too much. And don't lick it like I just did. Okay, and then I'm going to add a little bit of this pure vanilla extract that our neighbor made for us. Beautiful, huge bottle of it. I'm so blessed. Thank you, Melanie. I'm going to make some really delicious ginger lemon cranberry almond cookies with this vanilla extract in there. So it'll be vanilla, ginger, lemon, cranberry almond cookies later tonight. But I need to have a healthy meal replacement dinner. So we've got some of that vanilla in there. You can smell it. Well, I'll add just a tiny bit more. Okay. So we're making kind of like a nut milk base, but with the oats and the quinoa. So we're going to add in this pumpkin spice mixture, which already has your cinnamon, nutmeg, cloves, and sometimes it has cardamom. Usually this one doesn't. I've been getting garam masala, so I like to put a lot. I like lots of spices. I do my food medicinally, so usually my drinks, even my coffee, has the mushroom extracts in it if I have it on hand. But lots of cinnamon, lots of nutmeg, lots of clove, lots of ginger, lots of all of the good stuff because it's good for you. And so it's called a therapeutic dose. So 3 tablespoons in any serving of an herb like turmeric would be considered a therapeutic dose. So if you're trying to reverse any illnesses, then you would want to do that. I don't know why I keep opening it. It's all out. It's all out. All right, so we're going to go ahead and now throw in a little water and some sea salt. So we've got our sweet, our spices, our warm, cozy spices. So you can kind of see where this is going. It's going to be like a pumpkin spice, but it's going to emulate chocolate and also peanut butter. So it's going to be kind of like a chocolatey peanut butter coffee smoothie, shake, whatever, meal replacement, with a little bit of mucuna purines for dopamine boost and nervous system balancing. Lion's mane mushroom powder for nervous system repair, brain, anti-cancer. Shiitake is amazing. Chaga is the highest antioxidant mushroom out there. So we're going to put that in. It emulates chocolate, actually, and I've been putting it in my coffee. And if you get the balance right, it tastes pretty much like raw cacao. All right, so we could add those in now as well, but I want to first get the consistency of the milk, the base. So this thing was a little loose the first time. I'm a little nervous about this. So bear with me. This is the second time I've ever done this. Now my smoothies aren't always cold, you know. It's not necessarily healthy to drink things freezing. So it doesn't have to be cold. You can put it in the fridge like the rest of it that you don't finish, and it will stay fine, and then you can drink it later once it's cold. Now you don't want to overblend the oat milk I was reading, because otherwise you'll get like a gummy, slimy texture, starchy. So you don't want that. So I just did a pretty good amount there, and some of the quinoa is sticking from the honey because I didn't mix it fast enough, and it sat too long. That's okay. And now we can go ahead and always want to smell. It smells good already. It smells kind of like breakfast. Smells like oatmeal. Well, let's see here. If you blend it long enough, it'll get warm. So we're just going to add in a little bit of this. Bear with me. I didn't know this was not open. I like chunky. My partner gets this one. Well, I'm not going to put too much. Probably just a big maybe that's a lot. But this is a big smoothie. So, you know, a good tablespoon and a half. Maybe one more, since it's going to be for a whole meal. And I'm not adding protein powder. Alright. So we've got that. You can always add some more spices if you like. I'll just leave this in there for a second. Now at this point I'm going to go ahead and do a sprinkle of coffee, not a lot. Oops. That was way too much coffee, but that's okay. Next time don't pour. I learned my lesson. But I love coffee. It's going to be amazing. Now, we're going to add the chaga. Usually I also spoon a little bit of this, but I'm going to be careful. Alright, so we've got that. But now to balance out that coffee I put in there, we're going to really need. So this is going to keep me up all night. I might even blend it so that coffee gets a little bit extracted. But again, I can't overdo it with oat. So we got a little shiitake in there. I used to put coffee beans, espresso beans, in smoothies at work, and it was amazing. So just some lion's mane. But I just put in enough to make a whole 3 cups of coffee pour over. Maybe 2. That's okay. This can even be a concentrated thing that you can actually add to other drinks if you make it too concentrated. You can always work with what you made. Now we're going to add a little bit of this in there. So we'll see if it tastes like way too coffee-y. We can always pour it out and do a different container and start over and add that in as like a really strong coffee base. And now this is my dinner, so we're going to add in a salad here. And it doesn't really change the flavor too much. I know you guys are thinking, this sounds gross. And I overfilled it past the fill line. But it's going to be good. Add a little more water. And a little more honey. And more spices. So here you got your oatmeal, your coffee, your salad, your lunch, dinner, and breakfast all together. Why not? I was going to do apple, like an apple oatmeal, but then the coffee would have been weird. Okay, let's try it. Add a little more salt to balance everything out. I love salt, but you have to have the Himalayan sea salt, otherwise it's not good for you. All right. some stuff sticking there. Sticking to the top. This thing scares me. Pulse it a little. You don't want to overdo it. And sometimes pulsing it will shoot it up to the top to get what you need out of there. Alright. I don't want to kill the motor. Last night I filled it all the way almost, and it didn't sound too good, and I didn't want to kill my new machine. So let's go ahead and taste it. It's going to be interesting. I think it's going to be great. What you could do is also throw in a banana. It smells good. It smells like breakfast. Oh, wow. You know what? I don't taste the coffee. I don't know what I taste. Everything's so perfectly balanced, not to brag. It's all like just harmonizing and balanced. So give it a whirl, guys. I love it. You kind of have to like healthy tasting things, but if you balance it right with the cinnamon, the sugar, and everything else and the spices, you can make some amazing stuff. Thanks for watching.